Take a ride on Tony the Pony. Take a ride on Tony the Pony. Let's take a ride on Tony the Pony with Mr. Pineapple. Oh yeah, it's Mr. Pineapple's Wonder Hour. Hello and welcome to Mr. Pineapple's Wonder Hour, the show where we talk big pineapples, small pineapples, hairy pineapples, and everything in between. The in-between was normally the infected pineapple, but oh boy, not this week, and hopefully it stays that way. I'm your host, Sonny the Pony, and with me as always, it's the one and only, the incredible Mr. Pineapple. How are you, Mr. Pineapple?
Good. Been doing a jigsaw for the past few days.
Oh, which jigsaw?
It's a sort of food one. There's a bottle of wine in the middle, there's cheeses, there's grapes, there's nice looking bread. Looks very French, very continental.
Nice. You're not allowed bottles of wine?
Well, I'm allowed a fictional jigsaw bottle of wine.
Do you try and grab it from a jigsaw?
Always. I'm like, give me the wine glass. It was the first bit I built, so I wine. Memories. Yeah, I've been listening to music while doing it, watching the Glastonbury things.
Oh, very nice.
Watched Lady Gaga this morning while doing it. The one and only Glastonbury performance from 2009.
You're a big Lady Gaga fan?
I actually like Lady Gaga, yeah. And then after that, obviously, just finished it about 17 minutes ago. I was listening to my boy Dave, who I'm a big fan of.
Nice.
I love Dave.
He loves you too, mate.
Dave's probably the most important person in British music right now, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big shout.
It is a big shout.
Well, I've got an announcement, haven't I?
I've got big news too. Bigger than yours.
All right, what's yours?
I had my first haircut in 585 days.
Wow.
And that is the only news that's happened this week. Yeah.
Should we move on? Now, of course, my son was born. Pony Jr. came out of the
Pineapple Jr.
Well,
little do you know.
Came out of Judge Fudge's fudge hole.
Oh, didn't come out of the fudge hole, surely. I don't think that's how babies are made.
Well, yeah, we had a home birth. I'll probably talk more about the experience. Judge Fudge wants to come back on an episode. Bit traumatic, to say the least. Don't recommend it. But yeah, it was good. Good outcome.
How was it? Where did the birth take place?
The birth? The actual baby coming out.
The child.
The toilet.
Oh!
Yeah.
I didn't know that information.
Yeah.
I did.
You did.
What's your child's name?
What's my child's name? It's Coda.
Short for Kodak?
No, short for codeine.
Different spelling, mate. You don't spell codeine with a K.
Completely.
But
yeah, so this episode's gonna be a shorter one. I'm tired still.
Have you had much sleep?
Tired. I had a few more hours last night. Yeah.
Where is Coda now?
He's downstairs at the moment with Judge Fudge and the other one.
The
other child.
The forgotten child.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I'm happy. I'm like a father figure to him already.
I know.
Because he needs a strong male role model in his life that he's not getting from you already in the 2 days that he's been alive. So I'll adopt him in the future.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just got to sort out the paperwork and stuff, and we'll just push you to the side.
Yeah.
And you can just do your pony duties.
Pony duties.
Yeah.
Can take cocaine all day.
That's not a duty.
It is in my world.
That's a privilege.
Oh.
Okay. We don't get to do it anymore because we're getting older and wiser. And lockdown, we're not allowed to go out, procure it.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I've got a month off work now, so hopefully bit more content maybe. Who knows?
What are you gonna do? Just
don't know.
Have you completed The Last of Us yet?
I have not, because my TV has been taken.
Where? Oh, because you broke it. You broke it, yes. And you haven't watched Samo then, I'm assuming.
No.
Do you not have another TV?
I do, but it's small and it's not 4K, so I'm like...
Yeah, you need big TV for Samo because he's a big lad.
He is a big lad.
Also, we had your birthday in the past week as well.
Yes, it was my birthday. That's been overshadowed, hasn't it? And
yeah,
I'm never
damn
gonna get a birthday ever again.
Coming into this world. Overshadowing pony birthdays.
Yeah, it's been a big week.
Yeah, your birthday's going to be overshadowed for the rest of your life now.
Yeah.
That's fun, isn't it? You're never going to have a birthday party again.
No, they're all going to be joint.
Did you have a good birthday, though?
Yeah, it was all right. It was good, actually. Spent some quality... No. Fucking bitch.
What's she playing at?
No, spent some quality time with the family, though,
That's nice.
You can't can't really do out, but it was really nice. Made the most of it.
Did you have
And
anything
then
to eat?
we had like a little picnic, and then we had Domino's later,
Nice.
and we watched Mamma Mia 2.
Wait, you had a picnic like in
In the
the outside
house.
world or like an indoor one?
Indoor picnic.
Oh, excellent. Little buffet.
Yeah.
Did you put like a blanket on the ground and such?
Yep.
Oh, that's cute.
And
I like
pillars
that.
on the floor.
I like
Freya
that.
brought down her teddies to sit with us as well.
That is adorable.
Yeah, and then I got forced to watch Mamma Mia 2, but then we watched Rocket Man after, so it's all good. Mamma Mia 2 is a bad film, though.
I've heard it's not great. Yeah. I've not
Cher plays Meryl Streep's mum, and Meryl Streep's only 3 years younger than Cher.
seen- Yeah. They've both won Oscars.
Too many, people would say. But shall we get on to the show?
Well, we're on the show. We're talking the big news that's happened this week. You had a child.
Yes. Well, my voice went like then, didn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I did have a child. But let's proceed on to your hairy pineapple, sir. What have
Do
you
it.
got for us this week?
I'm going to give an update on the top 500, the Empire top 500 film list. I had 154 left to watch last time we spoke. I'm now down to 150 left to watch.
Oh.
I'm getting through it.
Yes, boys.
The ones I watched this time, there were a couple that were on Netflix, one on iPlayer and one on Mubi. So let me talk you through them.
All
Let me
right.
just find the list real quick. So first up, I watched a film that comes in at number 187 on the list, The Big Country. This is a Western film from the late 50s, starring that man, whose name I can't remember.
John Wayne.
I want to say Gregory Peck.
Why not?
I'm sure it's Gregory Peck.
He
Also,
sounds like a
Charlton
cowman.
Heston is in a supporting role. Plays a bit of a bastard in it.
Well, he's in real life, isn't he?
Well, no, he's dead now, I think. He might not be dead. No, he's dead. The apes killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, the apes killed him. But no, this was a really good film. It was long. It was like 2 hours, 40 minutes long. But it didn't seem to last long. It seemed to be over in a flash. It didn't really drag. Obviously, it was made in the 50s, so it was in the studio system, and it weren't particularly violent as such. But the action that was in it was good. The characters were all great. It had some strong female characters in it for a Western. Oftentimes they're portrayed as
Whores.
that. Yeah, there's that. But also like damsels in distress or just like housewives and stuff,
Yeah.
But no, it was a good film. If you're into Westerns, I recommend sourcing it out. Essentially, it's about two warring like ranch families, and Gregory Peck's character's like from the city, and he comes here because he's engaged to one of the ranch family's daughter, and he gets sort of stuck in the middle of this fight between them, and then there's another woman, and there's romance there perhaps, and it's just a whole thing, and then everyone dies pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I would watch it. I'd watch it again. Up next, I'm onto a Woody Allen double bill now.
That's a sex pest.
Is he though? Coming in at number 304 on the list is Radio Days from 1987. I loved this film. Of the four that I've watched, this was probably my favourite one, mostly because it came in at under 90 minutes. And I've a lot of time for a short film. It was basically a series of vignettes, connected together about radio. It was set in time before TV and stuff. It was sort of semi-autobiographical in regards to Woody Allen's own childhood. The young boy in it is meant to be Woody Allen as a child. And it was just really it was endearing and sweet and funny, but bittersweet in many ways. And there was just some wonderful characters in it. Diane Wiest played a sort of lovelorn aunt of the young Woody Allen character. She was probably my favourite character in the thing. It was just really cool. Got a great sense of period and place in it. And it's probably in my top 3 Woody Allen films.
Oh.
Probably number 2, I'd say.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boy.
Big shout.
So it deserves to be on there.
Yeah. My very last essay I wrote at university in my undergrad was actually on Woody Allen. I just realised that. I just pulled an all-nighter to write that, and then
As we all do.
Yeah, I stayed up till like 9. I finished at about 9 in the morning, and then I just proceeded to get drunk at 9 in the morning and watch Beaches, a film which I said I'd never watch again because it makes me cry, and then I cried a lot.
Yeah.
At like 10 in the morning while drinking Strongbow after having no sleep for like 36 hours.
Nice.
Weird day. It was a weird day. But yeah, highly recommend Radio Days. It's currently on Netflix for anyone who's interested in watching it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. But up next, we've got another Woody Allen film, as I said, but this one comes in at 3 places higher at number 301.
Oh, is it better though?
It is not. And this is 1975's Love and Death. You will probably only appreciate this film if you are a fan of Russian literature and cinema, because it's a parody of those. I got some of the references and jokes, but most of it straight over the head. I got most of the film references, but I'm not the biggest Russian cinema fan.
No, I'll let you off for that one, I guess.
Pardon?
I'll let you off for that one, I guess.
Yeah. But it did have some lovely slapstick moments in there, and I'm a big fan of slapstick.
We are a big fan of slapstick.
It did harken back to the sort of old school group, Marx Brothers, Chaplin, Buster Keaton stuff in that sense, that's very accessible for people in the film. They just won't understand the references to all the Russian shit. Would I watch it again? Maybe if I'd read several hundred Russian books. maybe not in the top 5 Woody Allen film.
No,
that's a definite fact. But the next one's a big one. Number 55 on the list. This is the highest one I've seen on the list in a long time.
Oh shit!
And it's 1960's La Dolce Vita. An Italian film by renowned master of cinema, auteur extraordinaire, Federico Fellini.
Nice.
Probably Italy's most famous export in terms of director. Everyone's heard of him, surely. You've heard of him, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that nodding doesn't make a sound.
This film was 3 hours long.
That's a long film.
And it weren't that good.
Oh, no.
I was bored in many places. I had to split it into segments to just get through it. It's like, no way I can do this in a full fucking 3 hour sitting, man. Essentially, much like Radio Days, it was a series of episodes, a series of vignettes. It's like 7 days in the life of this, what's the word, like journalist.
Right.
He was a journalist on sort of like celebrities and royalty and stuff in Rome.
Yeah.
But he had dreams of becoming a writer, He wanted to work in literature and stuff, and it was just about his quest for love, I guess, in many ways. And he slept with everyone, even though he had a girlfriend who tried committing suicide in the first bit. And there's just weird. It's quite surreal in places. I like the more surreal pieces compared to the shit where him trying to woo women. The very final episode, shall we say, is him as an older gentleman, and he's taken a job as a publicist. So he's just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna be one of these celebrities that I, whatever. They're all drunk and they break into this guy's house, and he's just trying to start an orgy with Americans and stuff, and then they all go to a beach, and then a big stingrays just being on the beach, and they're all just looking at it, and it's just weird. And the episode before that, they go to this dilapidated castle, and it's just fucking weird and shit. I can understand why it's influential and so highly regarded, but I have this issue with Italian cinema in that it bores me to tears unless it's a spaghetti western and Cinema Paradiso, which is just magnificent. But I find it I often find Italian cinema a little bit too self-indulgent for its own good. And I have to watch another Fellini film, which is on the list, called 8.5, which I'll be watching this month. And I'm just happy that it's less than 2 hours long.
That's good.
Because I don't understand the appeal of him.
Oh, boy.
As a director.
He'll be at your house, mate.
He's dead. So bring it on, dead man. I can see the appeal. There were bits in it that I really loved, the more surreal things.
Do you respect the man?
I respect his decision to be not alive anymore.
Very nice.
Do I like his cinema? The jury's still out on that. But yeah, number 55. That's the highest one I've seen in a long time.
And it weren't good.
Because I've seen most of the top 100. Yeah, so 150 left to watch, I know that Schindler's List is coming back on Netflix this month, so that should be a fun day for me, Get to watch that, which is in the top 100 as well. I think it's in the top 50, Schindler's List.
Yeah.
It's not Spielberg's highest film, though.
Oh, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones Raiders. It's number 2 on the list.
Is it?
Yeah. He's got 2 in the top 5, actually.
What about Kingdom of a Crystal Skull?
That's actually on the list, I think.
What?
Yeah.
This list is
I'll have to recheck the list, but I'm sure it is.
Nah. Nah, that can't be.
I'm sure it is. But yeah, that's
Jesus Empire.
a brief update on some cinema I've watched. I've also watched a few other films, my usual Asian shit, and Jackie Chan, of course.
Yeah.
He's featured heavily. But yeah, just a short one this week, because we're trying to have a short episode so I can get back to my fatherly duties.
Yeah.
as the paternal figure in Coda's life.
Yes. So, Small Pineapples time, boys.
It is.
Let's get on to the trailers, shall we?
I've got a few trailers to discuss.
RESPCT. That's
I am gonna do a P.
the Respect trailer came out.
For anyone who doesn't know the reference that he was just making there, that's obviously an Aretha Franklin song,
Yes.
which is what the film is based on.
Yes.
Life.
Starring Jennifer.
Jennifer Hudson, Oscar winner.
Yes, it does say that in the trailer, if you didn't know. It looks good though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think she's a good actress, to be fair.
Is she going to get nominated for another Oscar for this?
If it's not a shit film. But to
I
be
think
fair,
it looked a bit like Oscar baity though, to be
yeah,
fair.
Renée Zellweger won playing Judy Garland in a shit film, didn't she, last year? Or earlier this year.
And
Wait,
Mark
what year are
Maron's
we?
in this.
What, sorry?
Mark Maron's in this.
He
as
is,
well.
he is.
He was in Joker. He's going for all Oscar films.
Yeah.
As a
And his
supporting.
girlfriend recently died.
Did she?
Yeah, Lynn Shelton, the film director we discussed a few weeks back.
Oh, is that Mark? Oh.
Yeah. She was only 56. No age. But yeah, it's got a good cast in it. And then one of the Wayans brothers just popped up in it. I was like, oh,
Yeah, he was getting fucked by a ghost in the probably last film he did. Yeah, dodgy eyes in it.
Dodgy Eye. Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels.
No. Forrest.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker Eye.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oscar winner.
Oscar winner. You know, Wayne's brother might get fucking nominated. Who
You
knows?
never know. You never know. Yeah, it looks good. I'm a big Aretha Franklin fan.
Yeah.
As you probably know.
Yeah.
Lady Soul, magnificent album from 1968. She released some stellar albums in 68, actually.
I'm gonna call it now that Jennifer Hudson's gonna get the Oscar for best,
Okay.
based on a trailer.
Based on a trailer. Teaser trailer at that as well.
Yeah, I've just got a feeling about this film.
I think I'm trying to think of films that are coming out. I can't even think off the top of my head. Florence Pugh for Black Widow is going to win the Oscar.
Nice.
Yeah. Best woman.
Best one, just best woman.
Best woman Oscar. Yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, it looks good.
It does look good. I do like a good biopic, especially a film based one, a music based one.
Yeah. Next trailer. Liam Neeson's stopped doing action films.
He might knock that old woman out. You never know.
Made in Italy. Looks like a nice, heartwarming comedy.
Yeah, I like the look of this. Because I saw it announced and I was like, this is going to look shit, innit? And then I put it on and just straight away I was instantly just charmed by it. Even though I don't like Italian cinema, this is, I like things set in Italy, apparently.
The Italian Job.
I only like the remake
Oh, yeah.
and the original.
But yeah, this film's about them renovating.
Yeah, Liam Neeson's an artiste, and his estranged son are doing up a house in Tuscany to sell on because it's got bad memories because they're not their mother, the kid's mother, and Liam Neeson's wife's dead or missing. It might turn into like a horror film. And there's an old woman who I'm assuming is going to be the romantic lead for Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
She's there in some capacity.
Isn't she the one selling the house from like the kind of estate agent kind of?
Maybe she's the critic in Birdman.
That's where she's from. Oh fuck yeah.
And obviously there's an Italian woman who I'm assuming is going to be the love interest of the
son. Yeah.
The son, and it just looked utterly charming.
It does, doesn't it?
And it annoyed me.
No, I was like, I'm annoyed that Liam Neeson's in a good film.
There's not even going to be like 17 cuts of him jumping over a fence.
No.
In a 3-second clip.
Maybe getting into a car.
Maybe.
Really slowly.
If he doesn't say to his son that he has a particular set of skills about renovating a house, then they've missed a trick.
Yeah. Puts a paintbrush in his mouth and he just starts going out that wall.
It just, as I said, it just did look so charming, and I hate it, and I also want to watch it.
Yeah. But the next film, An American Pickle.
Yes, this is HBO Max's first original film.
Yes.
Starring multiple Seth Rogans. HBO got that much money, they cloned him.
Yep, from the producers of Disaster Artist as well. I like this trailer until he kind of wasn't back in, like when he comes to the present day and there's another Seth Rogen. I was like, oh, it's going to be a kind of weird comedy period piece. And I'm like, oh no, it's not.
I like the look of it. I like a good fish out of water tale.
It's going to be fun, yeah.
And I like the way he puts his arms up, old man style fight. Oh, yeah.
His accent's actually really convincing. amazing.
Yeah, and I like, who don't love Jews?
Yeah.
Hitler.
Who don't,
That's who.
who don't love a parody of Joker falling into a chemical pit?
Yeah, essentially, what's his face? Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Him and his wife from the old land, and they travel to America to get a better life. He gets a job as a pickle maker. I'm assuming that's what the job was called. And he falls into a vat of pickling juice, and it preserves him for 100 years.
Yeah.
And then he awakens in present day.
And he thinks David Bowie's a man and a woman.
Oh,
It's
man.
just all the little fun little things.
I thought it looked really fun, and I can't wait to watch it illegally.
Yeah, because we're not getting another streaming service.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit right off.
But it does look fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope James Franco's in there somewhere
don't.
as well. Dave Franco,
I'm not a big fan of him.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, he's a man. He's a prick in real life.
But the next trailer is The Money Plane.
The only film that matters.
Starring WWE's own Adam Copeland.
Better known to us Marks as Edge.
Also, Kelsey Grammer is in
I
this
mean,
film.
what's gone wrong in his life for him to be in this film? He's got Denise Richards in, who's got her tits out in Wild Things in the late 90s. It's got Thomas Jane in, who I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
Former Punisher.
Yeah, where he's fucking drone.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But this film looks amazing. It just looks right up my street.
I
It
know
looks
it
right
does.
up my street, mate.
No.
Right,
Oh,
so
God.
Edge's character is like he's now a family man, but he's in debt for $40 million. We don't know what for. But Kelsey Grammer's character buys out that debt, so to get him to do one last heist, which is to steal the shit from the Money Plane, which is an aeroplane-based casino outside the laws of government agencies, which has got billions of cryptocurrency on board and stacks of cash dollar. And
Fucking
you
hell.
know, I'm
And I just got to get his team together.
for one last job. And you know, Kelsey Grammer at one point has just got an AK and he's like, "Bring me my money!" Ah!
Oh man.
I imagine at one point he's going to tell Edge that we're not so different, you and I. That's the kind of villain he looks like he is going to play. And I'm so excited because in 1995 there was a film called Money Train which came out with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson in.
Right.
They play cops who steal. It's got J-Lo in as well. You get to see J-Lo tits. So that came out 25 years ago. So I'm hoping in 25 years' time we get Money Spaceship, where they have to steal money from Money Spaceship,
Yeah.
or Money Blimp, or something like that.
Money submarine.
Yeah,
Money
we've
belt.
We've had land. We've had air. The only
time
place
to
to
go
go
sea.
is sea.
Money belt.
It's an unofficial franchise, you know, that I am super behind, and I'm going to write several thousand scripts
Nice.
based on multiple forms of transportation that I have to create.
The money bike.
Yeah, Money Walker.
Oh man.
But for sure, as soon as that drops, it's getting viewed with both my eyes.
Yeah, all three of them.
Yep.
Nice. Well, next trailer, The Tax Collector. You picked some good trailers this week, haven't you? Jesus. This looked alright until it showed you the whole film. I was like, right, just stop the trailer there. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, okay.
It's from
Oh,
the
no.
director of Suicide Squad.
David Ayer.
Yeah. And
Billy
it stars,
T.A. Cut.
what's his face? What's his name again?
Shia LaBeouf.
Playing a Latin man in many... I'm sure he's putting on an accent in
I
parts
was
of the trailer.
unsure. He's a good actor though.
Not in this, by the looks of it.
I know.
Yeah, so him and this guy play like debt collectors for like this big mafia boss.
Yeah, like
And-
each gang's got a debt that they have
Yeah.
to collect each
And
month or something.
an old rival comes back and stuff goes down. Shia LaBeouf's crime partner man's like wife and kid get kidnapped to some shit, so they have to go all debt collectory and brat Mexican accent.
It's like,
Even
can't
Steve.
pay, we'll take it away with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. But a lot more bloodshed.
Yes. Hey, Paul Bowhill, mate. He'll come after you. But the last trailer we're going to talk about looks amazing, and I can't wait for it. Zombie for Sale.
We're ending on a South Korean zombie comedy film. You know, we're big fan. Well, I'm a big fan of South Korean cinema. I'm not sure how much you've seen,
Thanks.
Mr. Pony over there.
I ain't seen a lot now.
You seen Old Boy?
I've seen The Only Old Boy that there is, starring Josh Brolin, but no. I ain't even seen that one, to be fair. Some would say the best Old Boy.
Just
But no, Zombie for Sale. Looks good though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It looks really funny.
You know, zombies bite the old people and then they turn young again. Got a whole weird thing.
Yeah, so there's a zombie. This old guy it comes to this family-run business type thing. It looks like a garage, I think, like a petrol station.
Yeah.
And the old man gets bitten and he gets younger. So they're like, oh yeah, and people are like, oh, let me get bit by it. So they're like, shit, yeah, let's market this shit.
Yeah.
So people pay money to get younger, and then oh no, that's just a little side effect before you become a zombie.
Yeah.
Some cool bits
shit kicks off.
Yeah, and then it just goes downhill from there. It looks really cool, really fun.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of big South Korean zombie films coming out this year in Zombie for Sale and Peninsula.
Yeah, very nice. Should we get on to the news? Batman news.
No.
Are you ready? So earlier this week, it was rumored that Batman Beyond is getting a live-action movie. Ooh, do you know much about Batman Beyond?
Do not.
I've got a little bit of information.
The cartoon, right?
Yeah.
So
it's
red-looking thing.
Yeah, it's a futuristic Batman. You know, Batman's in his mid-50s, and is forced to retire.
Why has he got knee problems?
Something like that. And he uses a gun. Like, he's forced to use a gun on someone,
right.
and then he's like, shit, fuck this. Can't be a Batman anymore. But then comes along Terry McGinnis.
What a shit name.
He comes in, he's got like a girlfriend and shit, and then
She like up top.
she's young. He's about 16. She's getting attacked by this gang. Can you guess what the gang's called?
Oh, yeah, the Terry McGinnis gang.
The Jokers, with a Z.
With a Z.
Yes.
Oh no.
Somehow get to Wayne Manor, and then Bruce helps him fight his gang, and then Terry and Bruce become friends. Terry steals a futuristic Batman suit and becomes Batman.
Is Bruce Wayne a father figure type to Terry McGinnis?
Probably, yeah.
Much like I am to Coda.
Yes.
In many ways. So there's a lot of parallels between that show and my current personal life.
Yes.
And it's almost like I'm Batman.
Maybe you are.
I'm just not very rich.
Mm.
Gotta get some dead parents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Terry McGinnis's dad gets killed by one of the...
Of course he does.
But this
Batman
is
without orphans.
So all the Bat family is basically retired as well. There's only a few working, and all the villains are either incarcerated or retired. Just retiring from being a villain, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't care. DC's just going to shit. I don't really see the point from going, oh, we're going to release The Batman starring Robert Pattinson, which is about the first or second year of Batman being Batman. And then we're going to release Batman Beyond, which is about Batman's end of his career.
It's just, they want to make money, don't they?
Yeah.
And nerds will go and watch it because nerds are stupid.
Stupid nerds. Boo. But we got some more Batman news, you know? Michael Keaton is apparently coming back, isn't he? Birdman just sent you a photo, mate. There's details on his batsuit if he does come back, and apparently they're taking inspiration from the Kingdom Come Batman suit. It's one that thing he had in that whole Legends of Tomorrow multiverse thing. The guy that votes as Batman, forgot his name. Shit. Kevin Conroy, yeah. It's one where like Batman's got a neck brace and shit. Yeah, it makes sense if Batman's not actually going to be Batman. He's going to be more of a Nick Fury, assemble the team kind of guy. I think they should just not bring him back altogether. But I've got some information if that does happen, because apparently there's talks to bring Christian Bale back if the Keaton plans fall through. But what if that falls through?
Then we'll get Val.
What if that falls through?
George and his nipples.
What if that falls through?
We'll just get the nipples.
Cut his nipples off.
For a Batman fan, you're not really a fan, are you?
I'm not a fan of what they're doing with him. I'm a fan of the Batman that's coming out, because that's supposed to be based on the Halloween comic. Fucking got what it's called. The Long Halloween, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And that's a really good story.
I've not read it.
It'd be really cool.
I know the story. It's meant to be good.
It'd be really cool to see that on screen. And
I haven't read a Batman story in ages.
No?
I think the last one I read was Year One.
Well, I bought a comic the other day from the old comic book shop.
Right.
The Commissioner, it's called.
Is it about Mick Foley when he was the commissioner of WWF in 2000?
No, it's about Commissioner Gordon.
Damn it.
Being kind of brainwashed by the Batman Who Laughs. I haven't read it all yet. I got halfway halfway through and I had to stop.
How much was it?
£3.
Oh, it's not bad, is it? Oh, is it the first issue?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had a chance to read any of the ones I got the other day.
Well, talking about Christian Bale, that means we have to talk about Christopher Nolan. And he's got a hatred for chairs, mate.
He doesn't.
Not only just normal chairs, but director chairs. You know, the star chairs that they have on sets. Apparently, Anne Hathaway came out and said that he gets particularly angry when there's loads of them chairs around the monitors and stuff. And apparently he kicked off and threw one of the chairs at one point while filming Dark Knight Rises. And now Christopher Nolan's legal team is forced to come out and say he doesn't hate chairs.
Chair racist, that's what he is.
This is the kind of news we have to talk about because there's no news. You know, there were news about him the other week blowing up an aeroplane, and now he hates chairs.
He doesn't hate all chairs. People are allowed to sit down if they need to.
He doesn't hate chairs around monitors.
He doesn't ban chairs from his set. The only things he bans from his sets are mobile phones and smoking.
Oh, are you part of his legal team?
Unofficially. Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about The Boys. You know, I really like The Boys. The Boys! Season 1 was really good. Season 2's
not seen it.
Coming out. There was a trailer for Season 2 like a week or two ago, actually, and we didn't talk about it. But it looks fantastic, and I'm ready for it. But they're already talking about Season 3, mate. Now, might be jumping the gun a bit, but they're wanting Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
God, he's like a fly around shit, that man, isn't he?
He is. Especially comic shit. Yeah. Fuck me. You know, he's been in The Losers, been in Watchmen, he's been in The Walking Dead, been in Batman.
Yeah.
And now maybe The Boys. I'm sure he's been in others as well. He's nearly as bad as Chris Evans.
The ginger radio personality.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Season 2 is going to go past where the comics are, so I don't know who he's supposed to be playing, so who cares? I
tried reading the Boys comics, and it bored me.
Yeah, apparently
I weren't into it.
A little bit of trivia for you. The main character is based off Simon Pegg. And Simon Pegg plays the main character's dad in the TV show. Very nice. But let's talk some more comics while we're on the topic of comics, shall we?
Yes.
Marvel Comics gained the rights to Predator and Alien. So I guess there'll be some Alien versus Predator comics coming out. Big fan of comics?
Comics?
No. Big never read Predator. One. What about Predator now?
Never heard of him.
Alien?
Never heard of him.
Aliens?
Never heard of it.
Alien 3 Resurrection?
It's just Alien 3, mate.
Resurrection?
Never heard of it.
Prometheus?
Never heard of it.
Prometheus, Dawn of Prometheus?
Heard of it.
Yeah.
Predator's such a good film.
Oh.
What?
Which one?
Predator.
The first one?
Yes, Predator.
Predators.
Predator.
2. Concrete Jungle.
That is a good film, actually. It's got my boy Gary Busey in.
Yeah.
And my boy Danny Glover, who's too old for this shit.
He is, isn't
he? He is. Man, I love Lethal Weapon.
Got a good son as well.
Martin Riggs.
Childish Gambino.
That's not his son.
I guess any Predator or Alien or Marvel fans will like that somehow. The Falcon and Winter Soldier returned to Czechoslovakia to film.
Where's Czechoslovakia?
It's somewhere near Poland, I think.
Is it called Czechoslovakia still? In the Czech Republic now?
I'm living in backwards days, mate.
The 80s, mate. We're going to the USSR next.
But we had a set video. There may be spoilers in this section, so if you don't want spoilers, then fuck yourself. Someone looked very much like Captain America.
Was it Captain America?
It looked very much like Captain America. I know US Agent's supposed to be in this, but we know he's got a different costume. And this had the exact same costume as Captain America, and it looked very much like Chris Evans fighting in
Which version of the costume was it?
Civil War one, and I know this is gonna bring back Baron Zemo, so I don't know if it's a flashbacky kind of scene.
I do like a good flashback,
but then it's not, because in the set video, he's got the Winter Soldier in as well, and he's got his short hair with his metal arm, and he's over a tire. So I'm not that sure. It might just be US Agent, but it looked very much like Captain America. It might be someone else wearing the suit, but then again, he looked very much like Chris Evans, but it might be Chris Evans' stunt double. Who fucking knows? I'm just saying, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Do you like Black Widow?
She's alright.
Yeah.
Some would describe her as fuckable.
Oh.
I believe that person was me.
Well, the film that's coming out sometime, maybe never coming out, is being described as a standalone franchise. Why have they called it a franchise, my good old friend?
McDonald's is also a franchise.
And what do McDonald's bring out?
Happy Meals.
New toys, and franchises bring out new films. Maybe there's going to be another Black Widow film.
Maybe they're going to do a spin-off based around actual spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's spiders against hoovers.
I do hoover up a lot of spiders, to be fair.
I don't like spiders, man. They scare me.
They scare me. We've got too many eyes.
I don't. That's way too many legs for a thing that small.
Yeah.
I don't. They make me physically want to throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, most bugs do, to be fair. Just thinking about it now, I feel a bit gippy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be interested if they did a trilogy of Black Widow films and each one explored different things that we've seen, that we've heard of, but they're all prequels? Like, say this one's about Taskmaster, next one's about Budapest, and then the next one's about the Red in a Leisure.
Oh, I don't care anymore about Marvel.
You're all marvelled out.
After Endgame came out, I said I was done.
Yeah, and then you had to do this podcast. Do you like Aquaman?
I thought it was alright.
Do you
A
like-
solid 3 out of 5 film.
Do you like Frosty the Snowman?
Only when he's melted dead.
Then you might like Jason Momoa voicing Frosty the Snowman in the new Frosty the Snowman.
He's Frosty the Snowman doing all tattoos.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Who cares about Jason Momoa voicing a snowman?
Yeah, there's a bunch of Frosty the Snowman adaptations already, mate. I don't care. I couldn't care less.
He might be trying to start a new cinematic universe.
The Frosty the Snowman cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Him and Rudolph and
Yeah.
some elves come together to fight Santa.
And Jack Frost.
Yeah, or Jack Frost the evil horror film version, or Jack Frost the kiddie film.
An amalgamation.
Oh, bit of both.
Mm.
Bit of both. Michael Keaton's best film, Jack Frost.
Oh no. Oh, that's
Such a
weird.
schmaltzy-
I've just remembered that film. That's a weird film.
Yeah.
Oh, that snowman looks
It's
terrifying.
such a peculiar film. My brother cried when he first saw that.
Yeah, but
He was like
pussy, innit?
2 or 3, but
There's 104 days in summer vacation. School comes along just to end it. Phineas and Ferb.
oh, I've never watched a Phineas or a Ferb.
What? You never watched Phineas and Ferb?
I think it was a bit after my time, because obviously I'm a few years older than you.
Do you like Bowling for Soup though?
The band,
Yeah.
yeah, they sing that one song.
They do the intro to this.
Don't like them anymore then.
And then they sang it at Download that one time that we were both there.
I've never been.
Oh, but yeah, Phineas and Ferb, the movie Candace Against the Universe, is premiering on Disney Plus for all the Phineas and Ferb fans out
Do
there.
we have any plot details?
It's about Candace, who
I don't know who that is.
That's the sister to Phineas, and Ferb's like a adopted brother, I think. But she's voiced by Ashley Tisdale, and she's always trying to basically Phineas and Ferb are two inventors, like keep inventing all this mad shit. And then Candace always tries to tell their mum and dad about it to get them in trouble.
Right.
But
okay.
then, just at the last minute, it all goes back to normal, and then the mum and dad's like, Candace, what are you on about? There's no 10-foot dinosaur shooting lasers at his bum, you silly girl. And now
That's-
she's that angry that she's going to wage war against the whole universe just because she can't get her brother in trouble.
Okay.
And if that doesn't scream best film of the year, I don't know what does.
Money Plane. Kelsey Grammer calling it now. Best supporting actor Oscar.
He's old, isn't he?
He's had like heart attacks and shit.
We're talking about old dead people.
He had a rough upbringing, Kelsey Grammer, man. Yeah, like everyone died. His sister was murdered.
Murdered?
He was young. Yeah, it's crazy. You should look up there's a video about it, man. It's insane.
Didn't Charlie's Theron like kill her dad or something?
No.
Something like that happened, I'm pretty sure.
But she did play that woman in that film Monster.
For fuck's sake.
Such a good film. Really good. That's a really good film.
Here we go. On 21st of June 1991, Theron's father, an alcoholic, threatened both teenage Charlie's and her mother while drunk, physically attacking her mother and firing a gun at both of them. Theron's mother retrieved her own handgun, shot him, and killed him. And that's why she's a badass.
I was there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyway, talking about dead people, let's get on to the dead people section. It's dead people, dead people. Yeah, they're all dead.
Not alive anymore unless they come back as zombies. Up first, we've got comedy legend Carl Reiner. Massive in the comedy circuit. In the 50s and 60s, he worked as a writer and sort of actor in various popular comedy shows. creator of the Dick Van Dyke Show, a wonderful sitcom from the 60s, starring, of course, Dick Van Dyke.
Yes.
Who will probably be in this section anytime
Soon.
Because he's old.
He is old.
Very old. You know, he did a lot of work in television. He had a wonderful comedy partnership with another comedy idol of mine, Mel Brooks.
Oh.
Wonderful, just wonderful together. You should seek out some of their stuff, man. It's magnificent. And he did a lot. I'm a big Steve Martin fan.
Yeah.
And he directed a lot of the early Steve Martin films, like The Jerk.
Three Amigos.
No.
Oh.
Because that's not an early Steve Martin film. That's established Steve Martin.
Just first one that came to my head, mate.
But, you know, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, The Man with Two Brains, those kind of things. He's just really funny. Of course, his son's Rob Reiner. An actor in various things and director of many wonderful pieces of cinema, which you've probably seen. Off the top of my head, this is Spinal Tap, The Sure Thing, When Harry Met Sally, Princess Bride, Few Good Men, Misery. He directed many good films.
That is quite a big arsenal.
You know, Carl Reiner, you know, he acted in stuff throughout his life as well. He's in the Ocean's films. He's the old guy in those, you know, but he's not alive anymore.
No, his
body stopped functioning.
Boom, dead.
He's dead at age 98.
That's good age, though.
Good innings, isn't it? My boy Mel Brooks is only 94. Still alive.
4 more years, then. Next one. Danny Hicks, mate.
Oh, Danny Hicks. Not particularly famous in terms of his acting roles, but he's famous for playing characters in a bunch of Sam Raimi films, in particular Evil Dead 2, which I am a well-known admirer of. Played Jake, who was he's like a mechanic kind of guy. He's the second male role in Evil Dead 2, and he's just really fun in it. But he's dead.
Johnny Mandel,
Oscar winner, Grammy winner, music maker man. Probably most famous for writing the theme song to the film and TV show MASH. You'll know the song if you heard it. It's called Suicide is Painless. It's a wonderful track. But he's dead. I'm talking about Johnny Mandel.
All right.
You fiend. Also, Danny Hicks was 56.
That rhymes.
Johnny Mandel, age 94. Good innings, you know. He's done some stuff.
And last, Earl.
Oh, sorry?
Earl from
Earl
My
what?
Name is Earl.
Earl Cameron.
Cameron.
Guess how old he was?
5.
Close. 102.
Ooh, he should have been dead 4 years ago.
Yeah. Big time. He was known as one of the first black actors to sort of break the colour barrier in the United Kingdom. But yeah, he acted in a lot of stuff in the sort of 50s, 60s, and then he didn't act in anything anymore. And then he died. The last film he was in was Inception.
Oh.
Played elderly bald man.
Oh.
I like to think that was just a cameo, though.
Hopefully. Dead now, though.
Oh, for sure not alive anymore.
Talking about things that were dead, Beavis and Butthead coming back. You a big Beavis and Butthead fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Bit before your time, innit?
They annoy me.
Do they?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's an acquired taste, Beavis and Butthead.
I'd say so.
Yeah. So that's good for all the Beavis and Butthead fans out there.
Yeah, it's coming back on Mutva, where it originally was shown. 2 seasons, I believe, have been announced of it. And specials and stuff like that also have been announced already. So, you know, who knows?
A lot of content, depending on how many episodes there is in a season. If it's anything like Rick and Morty, overhyped bastards, will only be 10 episodes. But anyway, another thing that's going back, Clone High.
Also on Mutva.
Oh, Mutva.
Yeah. Clone High is a show, an animated show, about people who are clones, and they're all clones of famous historical people.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
They're like Gandhi and Joan of Arc and Abraham Lincoln and stuff. It's about them at high school together.
That's pretty cool.
You know, and it's by Lord and Miller, who went on to get fired from the Solo film.
Yeah.
And they did 22 Jump Street, Lego Movie, amongst other things. Directed a few episodes of Community, you know, so going back to their roots, I guess, because it's quite an It's an old show now, so cancelled after one season, sadly.
Oh,
So
sounds like a very interesting premise. Yeah,
it's good shit.
good.
Good shit.
Well, talking about good shit, this is not one of them. The popular game franchise Fallout is getting a TV show at HBO.
Hobo.
They released a little teaser trailer.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it's like, have you ever played Fallout?
I've heard of it.
Well, the loading screen is basically one of them old TV, like Please Stand By.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what they're called. That in the teaser trailer, there's one of them, and it flickers and it says HBO, and all this. It's gonna be interesting to see if they get established characters or if they just go, hey, it's gonna be like Walking Dead, but in radioactive wasteland. I don't like Fallout. I'm not excited for this. Don't like Bethesda, but hey ho, just pissed off a lot of people. What do you
do
like
what you gotta
Fallout?
do.
You do, don't you? You excited for this in any way possible, shape or form?
I mean, I couldn't have any less cares.
Nice. Should we get on to the big pineapple layer?
I feel like I should urinate first because I do need to pee.
So it's Big Pineapple time. The Big Pineapple this week is our top 5 horror film protagonists. I bet everyone thought I was going to say antagonists because that's the obvious one, but we're saving that for a later date. You know, this episode isn't going to be probably in quotations the best, but lots happened. You know, there's been bigger news in my life than there was in the news section of the episode. But
Yeah, we always knew that this was going to be a sort of shorter, shittier episode,
yes.
shall we say.
But it's landed straight in our laps for this topic. So we had planned this topic for this week, to be fair. It might not be in as much detail as previous lists or Big Pineapples, but you're gonna deal with it, you fucking sons of bitches.
Yeah, we've been busy, me especially, what with the haircut and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Takes a lot for you to get an haircut. I'm proud of you.
Rightly so. Where's my knighthood, queen?
Fucking, she's old. She'll be on our dead list.
We can only hope with the rest of the royal family and the orphans.
That's my aim for this podcast for this year. To get the
Kill off the queen.
Yeah. Oh man.
Let's hope that the Secret Service don't listen to the podcast. But you're going to be on a list.
Let's get into it, shall we? Big Pineapple time. Top 5 protagonists in horror films.
Not antagonists, so we're not going to have the good characters, shall we say, the more interesting characters.
I mean,
the killers, the fiends, the nasty bastards.
This took me until last night to come up with my 5, so
I know, I was there when you completed it.
it was a hard one. We've got some honourable mentions as well. So, in no particular order, because don't have time to rank them. I don't have any time in my life anymore.
Are these your honourable mentions?
No, are we doing honourable mentions
I
first?
thought we'd do honourable mentions first, and then we go back and
okay.
forth, like you say one, I say one,
Yeah.
on the actual 5.
Yeah. So, my honourable mentions. Kicking it off, got Ed and Lorraine Warren from the Conjuring franchise.
Played by that man and that woman.
Patrick Wilson and that woman.
Vera Farmiga.
Yeah, I like these because they're smart and they're not what you'd say the main protagonists. The main protagonists are the people running around screaming because there's ghosts. These are the more smart, suave.
Are these in all of the Conjuring films? These 2? I'm not sure how many Conjuring films there is, if I'm being honest.
It's a bit tricky in it because there's Annabelle as well. Like that's
The
kind
doll thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in both of the Conjuring films are in.
Right.
And I don't think we're in any of the Annabelle films. Maybe at the end or something. But yeah, I really like them characters. They're smart. They get shit done. Like the smart Ghostbusters, you know.
Based on real people as well, I believe, aren't they?
Yeah. Next I've got the main woman from 10 Cloverfield Lane. Most of mine are very just smart people or
You like a smart
survivalists.
protagonist, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like fucking idiots in horror films. It's oof. If they're funny, then they get a pass. If not, then no, just get out of here. But yeah, this woman's a very I forgot the character or the actor, but I'm just gonna call it the woman.
Is this the 10 Cloverfield Lane, the John Goodman one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she gets kept underground by John Goodman and that, and it's just more of a psychological thriller kind of horror.
You could say he's not a good man in that film.
He's not.
And that's his surname.
Fucking not living up to his name, bastard. But yeah, she's very smart. I've got Kenneth from Dawn of the Dead, played by what's his name? Ving
Rhames.
Yeah, he's just badass, isn't he?
Well, it's just Ving Rhames, isn't it? He's just
Yeah.
badass in every sense.
Fucking shotgun motherfucker. It's a good film, maybe. We're gonna find out next week, aren't we?
Yeah, it does tie into next week's episode.
I've also got Brad Pitt from World War Z.
Ah, yeah.
Shit film, but he's a good survivalist in that film.
Yeah, I liked him in that film.
It's fun to watch Brad Pitt kill a bunch of zombies, you know?
Those zombies run fast.
They do, and they build ladders with themselves.
They do. They do. Get the helicopter.
And then I've just wrote Battle Royale.
The entire
The
school
entire school.
in Battle Royale. That's a good film.
And they're my honourable mention.
So let's go to my honourable mentions then. I've got about the same amount as you, maybe one or two more. But we'll start with Peter from Dawn of the Dead, the original.
Ah.
I guess in many ways parallel to Ving Rhames' character in the remake.
Yeah.
He's just a badass. He's just fucking knocking the shit out of fucking zombies and stuff.
That's all you want, isn't it, in a zombie film?
And he says the famous line, when there's not enough place in hell, the dead roam the whatever and stuff. I can't remember the exact quote.
So famous, you can't remember it.
You know, it's a famous quote. Just one sec. Have you seen the original Dawn of the Dead?
I've not.
That's a shame. When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth, you know?
Yeah, I've heard that somewhere on a cereal box before.
Oh, But Peter, he's just a badass.
Badass zombie killing
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I'm a big fan. Up next, we've got my girl Nancy Thompson from Nightmare on Elm Street and Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Dream Warriors. Also plays herself in New Nightmare from '94. Obviously, she's up against Freddy and his crew cut.
Yeah.
And in those films, the teenagers are very juvenile, but she's not. She's like she's what's the word I'm looking for? She's smarter than them then.
Full of spunk.
You know, and she's resourceful. She sets some wonderful traps for Freddy when he comes into the real world in the first film. especially.
Intelligent.
Yeah,
Is that
she's
the word?
intelligent. She's older than her years.
Oh.
And I'm a big fan. And
Why
I
didn't
like
you
it when
pick
her
Johnny
boyfriend
Depp?
Johnny Depp gets killed. Up next in my honourable mentions is Sergeant Howie from The Wicker Man. What?
Oh, boy.
Why are you laughing?
Just Nick Cage in it.
It's not a Nicolas Cage film I'm referring to, though.
Oh, thank God.
I'm referring to the original. Edward Woodward playing Sergeant Howie.
Right, okay, that's good.
For anyone who's not seen The Wicker Man, it's about a man who goes to a sort of place, very isolated community, you know, and there's some weird shit happening. Of course there is. Christopher Lee's in it, you know, who, you know, sadly only really plays villains, so he can't be in this list.
Yeah.
And just the sheer shock on Sergeant Howie's face when he sees the Wicker Man and realizes that shit, I'm gonna get burnt alive in that fucker is just magnificent.
Nice.
I love me some folk horror,
Ah, yeah.
you know.
You need to watch Midsummer.
I do. And yeah, just excellent performance from Ed Woodward. Tough name to say. Up next, we've got Ben from Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Just great all-round performance. Intelligent, you know, resourceful, black, dead at the end because
He's black.
the white men.
Yeah.
Wonderful film as well. Wonderful film, Night of the Living Dead. And I do like the remake from 1990. Also a good film.
Nice.
With Ben, is played by Tony Todd in that film, though. Better known as the Candyman.
Ah.
Up next is
That's
another
coming
female-
out, isn't it?
Pardon?
Candyman. Candyman's supposed to be coming out.
It's not supposed to be. It is gonna be.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Looks good. Carry on.
Up next is my girl Tangina from Poltergeist.
Yeah.
I like Poltergeist an awful lot.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by Tobe Hooper. No, it weren't. We all know that Spielberg directed it, really.
Oh.
But yeah, a family moves into a house. Poltergeist shit happens. Their daughter gets sucked into like a TV portal thing. So they're getting Tangina. She's like a psychic medium woman. She's played by like a tiny, like 4'8" woman.
Nice.
Just great. It's quirky, peculiar character, and she's just proper, just quality. And she comes to this fight with just like a bunch of string and some tennis balls, and she wins. And I'm just like, yeah, mate, you rock, you know. Up next in my honourable mentions is Derek from Bad Taste. Peter Jackson's debut film from 1987. Derek, through means of Peter Jackson not being able to secure a decent actor, was played by himself, Peter Jackson. Just really funky. Very much a similar character to someone I'll talk about later, in that he's a sort of cowardly man thrust into this scenario that has to overcome the odds and just become a badass, you know. And I'd highly recommend Bad Taste to anyone who's never seen it. It's Peter Jackson made some good shit. And last on my honourable mentions is Randy from Scream 1 and 2, the ultimate film nerd. He survived Scream 1 because he's a film nerd who knows what the tropes are.
Scream's good, isn't it?
Scream rejuvenated the slasher franchise in 1996. You know, the slasher genre, should I say. Sadly, he does die in Scream 2. But if a person like Randy can get killed, then anyone can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're my honourable mentiones.
Nice.
A very different list to yours.
Yeah, I'd thought you'd have some more bigger, like, well-known ones, but we'll see what's in your top 5.
You mean bigger, well-known ones?
I just mean someone...
Derek!
Right, let's do this. Am I starting them and you?
Yeah, your birthday, you start, yeah.
All right. So let's start off with the last one that I came up with. I struggled on this list. I was tired. I'm probably going to look back at this list and think, God damn it, I could have put a lot better ones in there. But I put this one in last moment because I was like, probably one of the biggest protagonists in the horror genre, and that is Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver from the Alien franchise.
Yeah.
You know, she's a badass, isn't she?
What I think, if you've got, they need them to be badasses.
Yeah.
A good protagonist in a horror film, that's for them to be memorable. They've got to be pretty fucking
cool and
badass.
And she's just, she's a good leader. She's smart. She's a good survivalist. In space as well, it's a very cramped environment to be a survivalist kind of thing.
I mean,
I guess.
I should say Ripley's on my list. So I will discuss her now as well.
Yeah.
During this, so we don't double Ripley. You never.
Go on, you say some stuff about Ripley.
Right. So what I love about Alien and Ripley is they position the character in a way that you don't expect her to be the main character. She was not a big star at the time, and you've got Tom Skerritt in as he's the captain. You know, and you expect him to be the fucking protagonist, the main protagonist throughout this entire film.
Well, you got John Hurt as well, haven't you?
Yeah, John Hurt. Chestnut. Like all these people die. Rip.
Lee. See what I did there? No one was expecting.
You know, because they don't position her as a hero for like the first half of the film. You know, she's sort of like she doesn't want to bring him in. She wants to keep him in quarantine and stuff. She's the one that's trying to do that. So if they'd only listened to her, then there'd be no film.
Yeah.
You know? And she's a put-upon hero. She's thrust into this thing. She's not a person who's fearless as well. She's portrayed as a woman who's just fucking frightened for her life because there's a giant alien creature stalking them on this shadowy, dark, tight fucking spaceship. The way she overcomes everything is just wonderful. And just great. She's just great.
Does she stay great in all the films, though?
That's questionable. And the answer is
no.
Perhaps.
If you get rid of Alien 3.
Well, let's just talk about Alien. And how good Alien is. Because in many ways, it is just a slasher film.
In space.
But portrayed as a sci-fi film. And I have a lot of time for this film. It's scary.
It is. I remember being terrified as a kid.
Yeah.
My dad's like, she's fit.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
When she's in the little white tank top and the pants. Oof.
And the big robot thing.
That's the sequel.
Yeah, I know, but...
Which is less straight up horror and more action horror in many ways. Still though, bunch of aliens trying to kill you. That'd be scary.
But yeah, she's poster girl for horror protagonists. So.
Yeah, females, yeah, for sure. Iconic.
Yeah. Another one on my list. I'm gonna go with a fun one. You know, the Resident Evil film franchise.
Yeah. No.
That's a bunch of fun characters, doesn't it? One that I want to talk about in particular is not a game one. Not Alice before people think it's Alice, because fuck that shit. It's called LJ, played by Mike Epps. He's in Resident Evil 2 and 3.
So,
and
he's the Golden Guns man, isn't he?
Golden Guns man. You know, you have this big BOW called Nemesis that's been famous from first second he was on screen in the games, at least. Probably arguably the most terrifying Resident Evil baddie. And then you have this guy who stood there in front of his big baddie with two golden guns, holding him up, nearly shitting in his pants. And right before this baddie's gonna shoot him to death, does a nice little quip for everyone. And it's just that little moment, that little moment. And he survives because he's not a member of Stars. And you know, he runs over a zombie hooker and shouts 10 points.
You shit on me for liking these films all the time. I know you've gone and done this with fucking bloody whatever his name is, Epps. Mike Epps.
This is the character that always stood out for me though in these films. Just because he's fucking hilarious. I was going to choose Carlos Oliveira from the films. He's a game character from Resident Evil 3, but he's a lesser known game character. He's not like one of the ones that they shit all over, like they shit all over Leon and Chris. In the films, they actually made him better than he was in the games, so he's a good shout as well.
Dies in Resident Evil Extinction, right?
Yeah.
Blown up with a tanker.
Sacrificed himself, yeah. He is back in, I don't know which one it is. It might be the one after or one after that, when we're in that simulation thing.
Oh, yeah. I need to rewatch them all, man.
We're gonna for this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Even though you shit all over me.
I mean, they're terrible films, but...
I haven't seen the last two, I don't think.
That's why you might remember them as being semi-decent.
I think the third one's amazing, though. I love the third one.
Third one is really good, to be fair. It's the one furthest away from all the games as well, which is surprising.
I just like the sandy landscapes.
My Max. Yeah, your little Mark.
Fuck.
But yeah, that's one of my other choices. What have you got for us?
So you've gone Ripley, I've gone Ripley, you've gone fucking Mike Epps, Golden Guns. I'll go for my boy Blade.
See, I was thinking, is Blade a horror film? Or is it? I don't know. I was going to put him in there, but I didn't, so.
We talk about badassery a lot in terms of what we've been discussing. And does it get more badass than Blade? Man's fucking vampires up with a samurai sword, mate.
Yeah.
With shades on, saying cool shit like some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill, which makes no sense in regards to anything. And I've got no qualms with that because he's just so effortlessly cool while he's doing it. Mostly because he's stoned out his fucking noggin while filming it. And yeah, Blade. I'm speaking more specifically Blade 1 and 2 though, rather than Trinity Blade, because that film is a hot mess. Hot mess.
Hey, it's got Triple H in.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes, though. He avoided attack.
He did. He did. I love Blade. I'm such a fan of the character.
What do you think about the new Blade?
Yeah.
Good actor, though.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be as badass, though.
No, I can't see it. He doesn't exude badassery to me. He exudes acting skill.
Yeah.
You know, but badassery...
I feel like he's going to be more of a silent type.
Yeah.
Calm and collected Blade.
Yeah, but we all know, you know, you've seen Blade 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Blade 2 is one of my favourite comic book films in general anyway. And, you know, Blade was, the character in these films was very much overlooked when Black Panther came out and they were talking about black superheroes for the first time being portrayed. I'm like, no. Don't be doing my boy like that.
You know, Shaq was in a film.
Steel? Was it Steel?
Steel, yeah.
Yeah. You know, and when Deadpool and stuff came out, they were talking about R-rated comic book films. I'm like, don't be doing my boy Blade like that again.
Yeah.
You know, all these people doing my boy wrong. So yeah, Blade, badass, fucking awesome. Wesley Snipes. Nice. Kills vampires greatly. Donnie Yen's in the second one. What more do you need?
Well, talking about badasses, I've got a badass female on here. Jamie Lee Curtis in the Halloween franchise.
Laurie Strode.
Yes.
Fine choice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking more about a recent Halloween film where she literally does just play a badass, like locked up older woman who's waiting for Michael to come back just so she can shoot the shit out of him. Like, she does not mess around in that film.
I hadn't seen it.
You need to watch it, man, because she is badass.
I've never seen a horror film.
No, she also represents some good mental illness portrayal in that film as well.
I'm not surprised, mate. He's tried killing her a bunch of fucking times. I'd have PTSD.
Yeah, it's a good film, man, Jason Blum. But yeah.
Have you seen the original Halloween?
I have, yeah.
It's a wonderful film, though.
You know, she's not much of a badass in that film, but you know, that's a start of the troubles with the knife man into.
If I was to pick a character from the Halloween franchise, it'd be Loomis.
Yeah.
Played by Donald Pleasance, who was born in Worksop.
It was, yeah. Gladiator, last film, dead.
Well, speaking of final girls, you know, a famous horror trope. Well, more famously a slasher trope, I guess. I'm gonna put my girl Sally Hardesty in there from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
See, I was trying to think of films, and that did pop into my head, but I just can't literally think of anyone else but Texas, like Leatherface.
Yeah. Rightly so. Leatherface is the more iconic character throughout the entirety of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise series, whatever you want to call it. I'm not the biggest fan of the final girl trope because it's often it's overdone, it's overplayed, it's often done poorly. I don't understand how they survive most of the time to the end because they're dumb as fuck and they trip over a lot.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh
that's
no,
the
I've
favourite
twisted
thing
my
to
ankle.
do.
Oh no, I've dropped the knife that I'm trying to protect myself with 4 times in the past 5 minutes.
Don't even get me started on tripping over, mate. The Walking Dead's the worst one for that. There's people who've been living with zombies around them for fucking 10 years and still falling over twigs and going, oh, there's a zombie. Carry on.
Yeah. I prefer a final girl who is less reactionary and more actionary, you know, taking a stand. Your Nancy Thompsons from the Nightmare on Elm Street, your Laurie Strodes, your Ripleys. Sally sort of falls in the middle of this because the slasher film wasn't really a thing when this came out.
Yeah.
I mean, in 1974, this film and Black Christmas as well sort of set the ball rolling in many respects. People argue with me wrongly that this is not a slasher film, but it is.
It's a slasher film before slasher films were a thing.
It's the prototypical slasher film.
Yeah.
And
it's got when you think of the antagonist out of slasher films, you always think of Leatherface in that bunch of people. So
yeah,
just tells you, doesn't it, motherfuckers?
And the second to last essay I wrote at university in my undergrad was on Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Nice.
So it's all the memories of uni are coming back to me in this episode.
Oh.
But yeah, she sees all the people that she loves in her friendship circle around her die.
Meat hooks.
There's meat hooks, there's fucking hammers to the head, there's fucking... Only one person gets killed by a chainsaw in this film.
Yeah.
Not really a chainsaw massacre.
No.
Chainsaw killing.
Texas Chainsaw Killing. It doesn't sound that bad, to be fair.
And that's her brother who's in a wheelchair. Poor lad. But yeah, she survives this film through other people's actions in many ways.
Oh, right,
okay. She escapes on her own and stuff, but she survives because she jumps in the back of a pickup truck that's on the road and drives away. You know, there's a pickup truck and a big trucker man helps her as well. You've seen the film, right?
Yeah, I can't really remember that much of it, though.
You need to rewatch it.
I do.
Would you like to borrow the Blu-ray?
Sure.
Or would you like to borrow the tape that I'm possibly going to pay hundreds of pounds for later today?
Jesus.
Yeah, and she don't wear a bra and you get to see some nips.
Nice.
That's why she's number 3. Nipples.
Well, you know, second to last one I'm going to talk about. It's going down the more psychological route. I've got Clarice Starling from...
I was there when you picked this one.
From Silence of the Lambs, played by good old Jodie Foster. My phone's auto-corrected it to Joe Die Foster.
That's what people wanted her to do in that film sometimes, because there were bad guys after her.
Yeah.
Joe Die.
I love a good smart character. Even though he gets away, she's still on his ass, isn't she? You know.
Well, because he's not the one being chased in the film.
Yeah.
You know, he's the sort of helper man, not the
The informant. Yeah, I guess.
What's the word?
Informant?
Consultant.
That's the one.
He's the serial killer consultant.
And yeah, he does get away at the end, but she's smart enough to track down the actual person that she is looking for, Brutus Beefcake. But yeah, I think it's some great acting, and she seems like a bitch. Like if you met her, you won't want to piss her off.
No, not at all.
That's what I love about her. She seems strong, intelligent, and she's got that much screen presence that she also, she's not overshadowed as much by Anthony Hopkins' performance. She's up there. She matches him, I think.
Well, she got an Oscar for it, didn't she?
Yeah, she's just a fucking good egg. And it's less more of a, running, gun, shooty, say a quip, fuck a zombie on the floor. More of a mind fucky, I'm smarter than you, Mr. Cannibal Man.
Cat and mouse game.
Yeah, it's tense.
It is a tense film.
And you get to see a man dance with some skin. What more do you want? Shooting the ball back over to you.
Up next, I'm sticking in the 70s, and it's my boy Quint.
Quentin Tarantino.
No, Quint.
Oh, right, okay.
From Jaws.
Yes.
Robert Shaw's best role, in my opinion. He's for anyone who's not seen Jaws, he's the shark hunter.
Yeah,
guy.
the chalkboard man.
The great entrance, nails down the chalkboard, great exit, bitten off by a shark, magnificent. And he's very much an anti-hero, but he's because he's not a bad man by any. He's just obsessed with the shark. He's got a Captain Ahab syndrome about him, and Bruce is definitely his Moby Dick.
Yeah.
And that's his eventual downfall. I do like a good downfall in a film.
Yep.
I don't get much more downfall than Quint because he falls down into the shark's mouth.
So you didn't go with Chief Brody?
No, I prefer Quint for the USS Indianapolis speech, which is just magnificent. I just love Jaws, man.
I know you do.
Do you know I love Jaws?
I do know you love Jaws.
It's really good. It's really, really good. And Quint is just great. Fucking pretty much constantly drunk. Mostly because Robert Shaw's an alcoholic and he was drunk on set most of the time anyway. But, that led to his death in real life. He plays really well against Brody and...
I thought you were going to say the shark.
Richard Dreyfuss's character, whose name is eluding me for some reason.
Hey, he's not important, is he?
And his demise is magnificent. He's just and he is a badass.
Yeah, he is. He eats chalk. Could you eat chalk?
Only on a weekday.
Nice.
And he's good. He's good.
Shall I talk about my last one? The best horror protagonist. Are you ready? Dale Murphy, played by Henry Rollins in the magnificent film Wrong Turn 2, Dead End. This man is the military specialist on their set of a reality TV show that these people think they're in. And then they get into some kind of hillbilly inbred killers that want to come and kill them. This man is a depiction of badass on screen. Big American man, big guns, ripped fucking t-shirt, sleeveless shirt, army paint, the whole shebang, And it's Henry Rollins who played a Nazi in that biker show.
And he's also the lead singer of a great band, Black Flag. Wonderful hardcore punk band made from the 80s.
Oh.
You never listened to the album Damaged? Wonderful, wonderful album.
Well, he's got to be pretty damaged.
He's also in Jack Frost.
Is he actually?
Yeah. He plays like the ice hockey coach, man.
Nice.
The very definition of badassery. Hockey coach.
He's got a great line that always cracks me up. He's killed the inbred mum and then he sacrifices himself, right? He blows himself up while the inbred father's got a hold of him on the ground. But before that, he says, "Say hello to the missus for me."
Nice.
Boom! Shoots the dynamite or whatever it is. They both go blowing into the air. Guts everywhere. This man is a hero. He's almost as good as that one guy that dies on top of that really tall building with a minigun in that one film while defending loads of aliens. Shooting loads of aliens.
Starship Troopers 2.
Yep.
I'm a nerd, aren't I? Not many people would guess that just from that tiny little description.
I like it.
Such a bad film.
Good character though.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll watch it multiple times a year.
But yeah, that's my top horror protagonist.
What a peculiar end to your choices.
Dale Murphy. Wrong Turn 2. Who's your last one?
Can you guess?
Can I guess?
Can you guess who it is?
Can't.
You can't?
No. Is it Dale Murphy from Wrong Turn 2?
How did you know? No, my boy Bruce Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
It's Ashley Joanna Williams, better known as Ash. from the Evil Dead series. How could you not know?
I totally forgot that he existed, mate, to be honest.
The ultimate horror hero.
He's got a sleeveless shirt as well. It makes him, mate. It makes him.
I'm not referring to Ash of Evil Dead 1 because he's cowardly and meek and just a bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm referring to the cool, quipping, resourceful, resilient, badass motherfucker of Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. As we all know, Evil Dead 2, the first 5 minutes is basically a rehash of the first film.
Yep.
Evil Dead, we all know that,
Everyone.
And he, much like in the first film, everyone around him gets demonized and stuff, and he has to just kill motherfuckers, he has to chop his own hand off in this film because it becomes a demon and it's trying to fight him and all this. Some great physical comedy in there. He chops his hand off with a chainsaw while laughing maniacally, and then he has to fight the hand because it scarpers away like fucking the hand from Adam's Family shit, And then, he fucking tools up. There's a tooling up sequence in it, mate. And he makes a thing and he's got a chainsaw fucking arm and he's got a boomstick and then he says groovy. And I'm like, yes, Ash. Yes.
Is it as good as the tooling up scene in Wrong Turn 2 with Dale Murphy?
I've never seen Dale Murphy's tooling up scene from Wrong Turn 2. What a weird choice. What a weird choice that is. But Ash, he's a lucky twat, but he's also incredibly unlucky in many respects. He gets thrown around and all this shit. He's battered and bruised, but he always manages to come out on top until there's a giant portal that sends him back in time. And then we get the third film, and he knows how to. He makes a fucking rig for his stuff, and he's actually quite intelligent. He's got like chemistry books in his car boot because he's got like a degree in some kind of thing, engineering or some shit, I think, and he's just the ultimate badass. And you should watch the films.
I need to. I really do.
You need to watch them now with your child.
Yeah.
I've got them there. I will borrow them to you. I need to upgrade them actually to Blu-ray. That's why they're in that pile, the upgrade pile.
Upgrade pile. Groovy.
So Ash gets no better. Like, cause they made Evil Dead in 81-ish. Yeah, 81. And then they made a film called Crime Wave in the mid-80s, Sam Raimi, and Bruce Campbell was in it too, and that was a major flop.
Well,
so
bit of trivia, just going to interrupt you. Bit of trivia with Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, because Bruce Campbell's obviously in all the Spider-Man films, little roles, and then he was going to be in Spider-Man 4. Turns out to be Mysterio, and he's been watching Spider-Man this whole time. It's just going to open with like Mysterio in court and stuff like that. Just a little cool little thing. Just carry on.
Yeah, they made Crime Wave, which was a major flop. So they came into this and were just like, fuck it, let's just be fucking crazy. And that's why you get all the shit in this, man. You need to watch it. 1987 is such peak year for cinema.
He's got to be in Doctor Strange.
He needs
as a cameo or just something.
And I haven't even talked about Ash vs. Evil Dead TV show because, it's a TV show, so I can't talk about it. He's probably my favourite film character.
Oh, get out. What about Captain Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, sure.
But is that the end?
Let's just keep talking about Ash for the next 4 hours.
No. But yeah, that's the end of our big panoply.
Yeah. Just to run down of what my list was.
Oh yeah.
Blade, Sally Hardesty, Ripley, Quint, and my boy Ashley Joanna Williams.
And mine was
known as Ash.
Ripley, Clarice, Laurie, LJ, and Dale Murphy.
We've got a strong female representation in the lists.
Yeah. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
And that is a big pineapple done. I hope people enjoyed it. Fuck you if you didn't enjoy it, Seaton.
Yeah, you fucking ginger bastard.
Should we get on to wrestling news, boys?
Seaton would never be a final girl.
Oh, he'd die. Die straight away.
He's the first death.
It'd go up to him, he'd be like, I go to the gym, mate, I can beat you. Stabbed. Done.
Your muscles can't stop a knife. Ah!
Yeah, no matter how small they are.
Yeah.
Right. Wrestling news, let's go. WWE buys Evolve.
Yes, Evolve as a company was essentially WWE's new development brand, I guess. It was what NXT kind of was a few years back. They finally bought it.
Just so we can get more talent to
get all
put
the
on
back
sidelines.
catalogs as well. You know, to be able to show all the videos and stuff on the network.
Yeah,
So,
true.
all these before they were famous kind of videos and stuff. Just keep buying up every fucker, don't they?
Well, they're not buying up Gary Sane because she's leaving.
It's so sad, man, because she's such a fucking amazing talent. And then she got Nia Jaxed.
And Nia Jax won't leave because she's The Rock's cousin.
Yeah, so Kairi's going back to be with her husband in Japan.
Oh.
There are rumours that she's only going to be wrestling for like another year or two and then packing it in completely.
Oh.
So I'd like to pack her in completely.
Hey. Well, talking about people who's left for WWE, Gallows and Anderson are apparently going to Impact Wrestling.
Yes, they are rumoured to be going to Impact Wrestling.
We had the... Why not All Elite? All Elite. AEW.
You tell me.
Because they like to be indie.
Yeah.
We had Great American Bash this past week and Fright Fest.
Night one.
What's some results? You got some results for us, boy?
I'll be giving them you shortly. Right, so on night one of Great American Bash, we had 5 matches contested. The opening match, we had Tegan Knox versus Candice LeRae versus Dakota Kai versus Mia Yim in a fatal 4-way elimination match to determine the number 1 contender for the next Women's Championship.
Yeah.
This was won by my girl Tegan Knox. I'm a big fan of Tegan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where's she from?
Wales.
Nice.
She's got a great arse.
Nice.
All 4 women in the match are great, to be fair. I've not seen these matches yet because I just don't have time this week. And I'll probably, once night two is on, obviously tonight, so I'll probably watch it all in the week coming. So up next, we had Timothy Thatcher against Oney Lorcan in a singles match, which was won by Timothy Thatcher, sure. Then we had a handicap match between Rhea Ripley and Aaliyah and Robert Stone. If Ripley lost, she would have to have joined the Robert Stone brand, which is
Did
sort
she
of like...
join?
No, she won by submission.
Nice. Did she get a big fight around the necks?
Oh, I only hope so. Up next, we had Dexter Loomis versus Roderick Strong, in a strap match.
Dexter
Loomis was the guy who kidnapped them in the Adam Cole Velveteen Dream match and put them in the boot and stuff.
Right.
This was won by Dexter Loomis.
Oh, really?
And the last match on the card was my girl Io Shirai against Sasha Banks with Bayley in a corner there. And this was won by my girl Io Shirai.
Oh.
From what I heard, Asuka made an appearance in this match as well, because obviously she's against Sasha Banks at Extreme Rules on the 19th.
We should have done a forfeit for this, mate, because I would have lost every one of them matches.
These ones that were just on?
Yeah.
Why?
So literally when you were saying them, I was like, I bet they win. And then I'm like, oh.
You're just not as good as me, that's why.
I mean, you lost both of them.
But yeah, for night 2, we've got 3 matches announced so far. I don't know if there's going to be any more.
This is tonight.
Yeah, this is tonight. Adam Cole versus Keith Lee, winner takes all for the NXT Championship and the NXT North American Championship. Spoilers have been leaked, and I know who wins.
Winner takes all. Takes his family as well.
Yeah.
Well, you can say spoilers because by the time this comes out, it would have already been.
Well, pictures have been released of Keith Lee holding both the belts.
Yeah, I guess that is a spoiler, isn't it?
Yes. And we've got Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae in a street fight. You know, that stems from the feud that Keith Lee and Johnny Gargano were having.
Yeah.
You know, the women were there too. We've got a 6-man tag team match between Breezango and Drake Maverick against El Legado del Fantasma, which is comprised of Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza.
Breezango win.
I hope so. I love Breezango. I'm a big fan of Tyler Breeze. I just think he's a lad.
Right.
That's that. Let's talk about Fighter Fest, shall we?
Fighter Best Fest.
As I discussed last week, the Moxley cage match has been postponed because of the COVID.
Yep.
So that won't be happening. That was meant to be the one that was happening this weekend, but it won't be. So on night 1, we had 5 matches, much like the NXT show. And in the opening match, we had Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, against MGF and Wardlow, and it was won by Jurassic Express. Match 2 was for the AEW Women's World Champion. Hikaru Shida beat Penelope Ford. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
The next match was another title match for the TNT Championship, and Cody defeated Jake Hager to retain. Another tag match up next. Private Party with Matt Hardy. That rhymes. Oh, defeated the Inner Circle, Santana and Ortiz, part of the faction-y faction. And up next, we had a tag team match for the AEW World Titles, and Kenny Omega and Adam Page retained against Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent.
Of course it did.
So we've got 6 matches announced for night 2, though, which is on the 8th of July. So we've got Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy.
Oh.
Lance Archer with Jake Roberts versus Joey Janela.
Oh.
Nyla Rose versus TBA.
Oh. TBA.
TBA match. Colt Cabana and the Dark Order versus SoCal Uncensored.
Oh.
FTO and the Young Bucks versus the Butcher, the Blade, and the Lucha. Just to read.
One boy, yeah, mate.
Yeah. And then another AEW World Tag Team match, Private Party versus Omega and Page. So, yeah. I've just not kept up with watching AEW. I don't know why, because it's amazing.
Yeah, but...
And yet I just keep watching WWE.
For some reason we do, don't we? Yeah. Guess that's the end of the wrestling news. The awareness section this week. Have you got one? Because I ain't.
Well, this week I've been thinking a lot about growing old. I took a look at myself the other day. I'm like, shit, I'm 27 this year, and it made me a bit scared. I was like, fuck, where's the time gone?
Yeah.
I've realised that I finished university 3 years ago now. I'm like, fuck. Because it just seems like yesterday that I was drunk every day and not attending lectures, And on top of that, I've been watching a show called Mortimer and Whitehouse Gone Fishing. As I discussed way back when in the Lost episode, episode 3. My Hairy Pineapple back then was things that I like. I was just listed some things that I like, and that's fishing shows. I don't like going fishing. It's the most boring thing I've ever done. But I love fishing shows. I don't know why. It gives me a serenity that I can't get from actual fishing, And this is about 2 men, Bob Mortimer, Paul Whitehouse, who are both in their early 60s now, and they've both got heart conditions. One of them's got 3 stents fitted. Bob Mortimer had a triple heart bypass, and they talk about their aging, their life and stuff. They're both famous comedians or whatever.
Oh yeah, I've met him. He was on the set of Death of Stalin when I was an extra.
Yeah, wonderfully funny man.
Have a little chat. He's a cool dude.
And I was reading the reviews for this show, and there's just a little review that is going to be my awareness bit of the show, because we get older. And a guy for The Guardian called Jack Seal gave it a 5-star review. It's just got wonderful reviews across the board, and he wrote at the end, "Gone fishing is a reminder that there's nothing better to spend your money on than friends, memories, and moments of throwaway pleasure." And that sort of struck a chord with me, and I think it's just a wonderful sentiment, that maybe we just sometimes just need to take a step back and just bask in the moments that happen. Appreciate friends and stuff, in this weird world where we get older and lose touch with people and stuff.
Soak it all in when you can.
Yeah.
Very nice, man. But we can't do that right now because we're in lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, the Analyst and the Empress came around the other day to give me my DVDs. They bought me some DVDs for my birthday that I am going to review on this podcast. They bought me a lot of Nicolas Cage DVDs.
You're going to have your own cheeky Hairy Pineapple section.
I'm just going to, whenever I do watch them, I'll talk a little bit about them.
Yeah.
Maybe in the awareness section if I can't think of anything.
I mean, you bought your Con Air, mate. Con Air's amazing.
I mean, it's all the extended editions.
Yeah, so. You showed me. I still need to get your birthday present.
It's all right, mate.
I've struggled with what to get you. Plus, I need all the money this weekend to buy Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You do, yeah.
Well, I have got you a T-shirt coming, haven't I? So.
Yeah, it's fine, mate. Don't you worry.
I was going to get you a Nia Jax wrestling figure.
I would have.
But I thought you'd probably just destroy it.
We could burn it and then put it in the studio.
I haven't been in there in ages, mate.
Mate, we need to get back in there because it's depressing.
Well, we've got some plans. Lockdown's easing and stuff. We've got a couple of live stream wrestling shows, perhaps.
Yes, and some interesting forfeit that we will talk about later on or later.
That's the 19th is Extreme Rules England.
Yep, and then SummerSlam's next month. I think the big forfeit will be for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
We'll have to think of another one for Extreme Rules.
I've got one in mind.
Oh, very nice. But yeah, we've got some exciting things coming up. We've got an episode planned in the future, another future pod / YouTube channel episode.
Yeah, and I think we should announce what the remakes and originals are that we are watching, because we put the poll out on the thing. Would you like to get the results up?
So results we have got for the remakes versus originals. In last place, Invasion of the Body Snatchers with 1 vote. Oh, joint last place actually. True Grit as well with 1 vote. Joint second place, 310 to Yuma and Conan the Barbarian with 2 votes. And up there in first place with a staggering 10 votes, Dawn of the Dead.
Well, it's like they want us to watch Dawn of the Dead, I think.
I think they might. They might just have a bit of a hard-on. Should be fun.
Should be a fun horror-centric episode again.
Yes. Guess it's shout-out time.
It is. Is
there anyone you want to shout out this episode?
Anyone you want to shout out?
Who would I shout out? Well, I'll give a big shout-out to Judge Fudge for pushing her baby out of the vagina.
Not out the bum-bum.
No, not out of Fudge hole. Out of the vaginal channel. She did well. She was 3 to 4 hours in labour. You're only supposed to go 2. Well, not in labour, pushing. You're only supposed to go 2 if you've already had a kid. It was very traumatic, but she did very well. She's recovering.
Good.
And the baby's fine, so it's all good. What about you? Anyone you wanna?
Well, just I'll shout out you both. You know, you new parents. You know, I'm happy for you. I know I do make jokes and stuff, but I genuinely am, and you know I am.
As you were saying.
You know, we just had some technical issues there, guys.
Yeah.
You know, the pony's internet decided to not work for a second. We thought we'd lost the main bulk of the podcast.
Mate, I would have burnt some.
Would you have burnt Edward Woodward and a Wicker Man?
I would have, yeah.
Yeah, just shout out to you two guys. You know, with a kid and that.
Oh.
Called Coda.
Yeah.
Has the child got a middle name?
We're deciding on that.
If it's not Mr. Pineapple, then there's something wrong.
I'll give you an update later in life.
If it's not Coda, Mr. Pineapple,
I'll suggest it. See what Judge Fudge says.
I feel like it's the only option now.
Maybe.
Guess what the stipulation is now? If you lose Extreme Rules.
I mean, that's a bigger one than the other one we've got coming up. But yeah, is that the end?
Congrats to you both.
Thank you.
Brava, huzzah.
I guess that's the end of the episodes. We haven't watched Hamilton yet, but we will do a little review on that sometime. Yeah. A spoiler-free review for Hamilton.
Everyone, it's based on fact.
I know, but everyone's a bit dum-dum. Yep, that's it. That's how we end our episode, insulting everyone in the world. Well, you can find us on Twitter at Wonder Hour. Mr. Pineapple's Wonder Hour everywhere else, and everywhere else is YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and that's it. Boys, got 90 views on our action adventure games one. We've got 18 views on our last pod. Bring it up, guys. Come on. We believe in you. Them 90 people should subscribe. Fucking bastard.
Please. And share the page on Facebook. Invite all your friends. Do that thing, the clickies that invites all your friends.
Yeah. We'll give you like 10p each.
If we can afford it.
But yeah, I guess that's the pod. Fuck you, Seaton.
Fucking ginger bastard.
Yep. And stay fresh.
Stay fresh.
Take a ride on some little pony. Come take a ride on some little pony. Please take a ride on some little pony with Mr. Pineapple. Oh yeah, it's Mr. Pineapple's Wonder Hour.
Young American, young American, young American.
Don't know that one.
Right.
I've heard it.
No.
No.